Human desires are virtually infinite. We constantly look for better housing, faster technology, and more advanced medical care. But the physical planet only provides a strictly finite amount of raw materials to build those things. This imbalance between unlimited wants and limited resources creates the fundamental economic problem: scarcity. Because of scarcity, humanity is trapped in a perpetual loop of making strict trade-offs. Choosing to use resources for one project means those same resources cannot be used for anything else. Every choice carries an opportunity cost, the value of the next best alternative that you must give up. When a government spends its budget on a new highway, the opportunity cost might be the hospital that now cannot be built. In undeveloped economies, individuals often try to avoid these trade-offs by being entirely self-sufficient. However, when every person must hunt, farm, and build for themselves, they lose the efficiency that comes with specialization. This lack of specialized skill keeps production low and locks the population into a basic, low-standard existence. To raise living standards, we use business activity as an engineered organizational solution designed to maximize our limited resources. A business functions as a system to combine factors of production, transforming those scarce resources into goods and services that satisfy human needs. This flow represents the transformation process. It is the mechanical engine of all business activity, taking raw inputs and converting them into saleable outputs. For this engine to run, it requires 4 essential ingredients, known as the factors of production. The first factor is land. In economics, this term identifies all natural resources provided by nature, including physical real estate and the wealth found within it. Crude oil, minerals, timber, and water are all categorized as land. These represent the raw, unrefined matter required to start the production process. The second factor is labor. This includes the manual effort of a factory worker and the mental skills of a researcher, both of which are needed to manipulate the land. While land and labor are the baseline requirements for any society, relying on them alone makes production slow and limits how much a business can actually produce. To increase efficiency, businesses add a third factor: capital. These are the man-made resources used to aid in the production of other goods. Capital includes the physical tools of industry, heavy machinery, specialized computer networks, and the factories themselves. Even with land, labor, and capital present, the system remains dormant without a coordinator. This brings us to the fourth factor: enterprise. The entrepreneur provides the vision and assumes the financial risk. They are the individual responsible for organizing the other 3 factors into a functioning unit. A business only begins to produce once enterprise successfully locks land, labor, and capital together into a single capable unit. Businesses do not use a fixed recipe. They combine these 4 factors in different proportions based on their specific economic environment. In regions where wages are low, a business may choose a labor-intensive process. Here, the volume of human workers dominates the production mix because it is the most efficient use of available resources. By contrast, a capital-intensive process relies on heavy machinery and robotics. This is common in developed countries where high labor costs make automation the more competitive choice. This choice between labor and capital determines how efficiently a business uses its resources to keep costs low and maximize its output. Once the transformation process is complete, the engine generates outputs, the finished goods and services ready for consumers. For this engine to be sustainable, the business must achieve added value. In this flowchart of car production, added value is the difference between raw input costs and the final selling price. Each stage increases material value. Raw iron ore is transformed into steel sheets, then car doors, and eventually a finished car. If a business cannot add enough value to cover its internal costs, like wages and machinery maintenance, the transformation engine collapses. This cycle of adding value is how modern society addresses the problem of global scarcity. Business activity functions as a transformation engine, taking the planet's scarce, disjointed resources and organizing them into highly structured products that the market values. By mastering the 4 factors of production, we convert what is limited into what is needed, allowing our standard of living to rise even in a world of finite resources.